Why some people learn much more effectively than others. If you're interested, stay tuned. This is Sebastian Antonovich and this is my 5-minute psychology channel. And today we're going to talk about education and how is it possible that some people are more effective at learning than others. Before I start, if you want to be always the first one to watch my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel now. Many studies have shown that there is a huge difference in students who participate in language courses. Even if these students are equally intelligent, some of them are much more successful at learning than others. Why is it so? Well, if you participate in a language course, first of all, brava! The best way to learn a language in your motherland is to enroll to a course. So where do these differences come from? Well, let's think about some two different students. There is Jack. Jack comes to every lesson. If the teacher asks him to answer a question in the course, he usually does that. At least he tries. But whenever there is a conversation between students, whenever there is a brainstorming session, whenever the teacher asks for any volunteers to give an answer, Jack sits quietly. And there is Jill. Jill answers to every question asked by the teacher. Besides that, she plays an active role in every conversation between students. When there is a brainstorming sessions, even if she does not have any great ideas, still she tries to communicate what comes to her head, because she doesn't go to a foreign language course only to become more intelligent. She comes there to learn and to practice this language. Who do you think will have a better result in learning this foreign language? Passive Jack or active Jill? Especially when we add to it that before every lesson, Jill speaks in this foreign language to her classmates waiting for the lesson to start. Many foreign language teachers ask me if it's a good idea to give their students homework. And I usually say, well, yes and no. Yes, because it gives an additional chance for these students to practice this language, to do something besides the course. But no, because this can create this whole negative feeling around learning the foreign language. This necessity of doing something. And if you don't do it, you will be punished. I don't usually believe in that kind of behavior. But a good idea for the student is to give themselves some homework. Between classes, it's always a good idea to browse the internet for some additional information, to read some articles on the topic introduced by the teacher. Maybe it would be a good idea even to record yourself. Maybe it would even be a good idea to ask your teacher for some extra homework you could do yourself. Maybe the teacher would be kind enough to evaluate it for you and to give you some hints. But don't stop there. There are plenty of web pages which you can use for some more active exercises between lessons. So these students who do some homework voluntarily, who ask the teacher to give them some homework, their progress is much faster and usually they go much further. Whenever I ask foreign language teachers or their students how they prepare to their classes, what else do they do in this foreign language, there are usually two totally different groups of people. Some students tell me that, well, I go to a course, this is why I don't do anything in between classes. That's important for me to keep developing, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. This is why I have enrolled to this course in the first place. And there is another group of students who tell me that, for example, they try to use these new expressions that the teacher introduced to them. If they have practiced some listening skills in the lesson, they come back to these recordings, they listen to them, and they talk about them in this foreign language, either with other students or on their own. Talking to yourself is a great way of developing your linguistic skills as well, and you don't need anyone else for that but for yourself. So the important hint here is to use the material learned in the lesson, after it, the best idea to be to start using it straight after coming back home. Try to use some of these phrases, say them out loud to your family members. They can laugh, it could be funny for them, but you should not worry about it too much. Your goal is to become more fluent, and this is what's going to help. If you only stick to these classes, probably your progress will be very slow or non-existing. I hope you enjoyed this episode about how to become a better learner of a foreign language or any other knowledge that you need to acquire. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite activity to learn a foreign language, and I will see you next time.